Some cars are so good, they don't sell. Take Genesis. They're the hottest luxury car brand right now, but their cars are invisible. People are buying luxury cars from brands they know, but they're making a mistake because Genesis is coming out with 2 new models for 2021. The first of which is the new GV80. It's a brand new midsize SUV. Oh, wasn't this here like a minute ago? Seriously. All right, that's really weird. So that's the thing about Genesis. They're very elusive. They're very hard to find in traffic and everything. And just, oh, hey, all right, there it is. All right, I want you guys to keep your eye on this car because this, to be honest, is the best new SUV of 2021. And I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why. But first, subscribe to the CarGurus YouTube channel. We drive cars all the time. Cars just keep coming and going. So make sure you subscribe and get all the latest reviews. Like the new, oh, there it goes again. I'm just gonna let it go this time. This is Remote Smart Parking Assist. Hyundai has it, Tesla has it, and now Genesis. It's really insane to watch, and it's supposed to be useful, such as when you want to park in a space you can't fit in. Yeah, I really don't understand that, but it is wild to watch. You have to press and hold a button on the key fob, but only after you perform a remote start, and the car will brake for objects and people while it's moving. What's most impressive about the GV80 are all the technology and convenience features you get for the price. At $72,375, this is fully loaded. You can't get it any better. It's the 3.5T Prestige. The instrument panel is 3D. I thought my eyes were bugging out, but some parts of the screen are raised. This infrared eye tracker warns you if you're not looking ahead while moving. There are 4 screens. The gauges, which have a counterclockwise tack like an Aston Martin. The head-up display, which shows the road's curves as the car steers itself in the lane. A 14.5-inch touchscreen, and another touchscreen for the climate. You can adjust the front passenger seat in 3 different ways. One, via the normal seat controls over here. These buttons over here, which in Korea, that's the king seat behind this passenger seat, so that means whoever sits here, well, they don't matter one bit. Or on the software, right here on the touchscreen or this touchpad. Overkill? Sure, but what the heck? The driver's seat will automatically tighten the bolsters in sport mode, or if you start driving faster. It analyzes your posture by height and weight. It automatically adjusts the lumbar to reduce fatigue, and it has 3 massage programs. The rear seats power recline, and so do these cushions. I've never seen a vehicle that does that. I got my own separate climate. Both outboard seats are heated and cooled. I've got my own vanity mirror back here, one on the other side, and powered side curtains. All the doors are soft close. You can adjust the level of noise canceling and the engine sound, and that's in addition to the double pane glass. In addition to remote parking, there's a 360-degree render of the car with the parking cameras. Highway driving assist can change lanes automatically. Look at the screensaver. Is there anything more elegant? I mean, you got this nice background image with the weather and a live map over here, so you don't have to be in the main map to access it. Plus, there's 5 driving modes, 3 surround sound modes. There's even 3 different modes to control the haptic feedback for this digital climate control. Is this all overkill? Yeah, but I love it. Okay, the worst things about this interior and the technology. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, they're standard, but they require a wire. They're not wireless. I have 2 moonroofs here, but it's not one continuous panoramic roof, all right? And the 3rd row, it's more like a jump seat more than anything. That's only on the Advanced Plus trim. And I'm really trying here. Nope, that's it. Cargo space is big, 84 cubic feet with all seats folded. Quilted leather on the knee pads for the center console. Cross-stitching on this 2-spoke steering wheel. It's thick and very padded. An illuminated rotary gear shifter that changes colors with the ambient lighting. A knurled aluminum dial for the infotainment, and it's a touchpad. that same metal style texture is on all the other parts, the plastic parts, the wiper stalks, climate controls, window switches. They all look and feel high-end. Even the vanity lights are these elegant-looking ovals with metal rings around them. It is an absolutely stunning place to sit, to relax, and most importantly, to drive. The base engine is a 2.5-liter inline-4, but you don't want that, and I'm not going to talk about it because this is the 3.5-liter V6. 2 turbos, 375 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque. That's really the one you want in a car this big. This is 5,000 pounds a car. You don't want to be having a 4-cylinder engine, even if it does make decent power. No, this is luxury, man. You got to have the speed. And also, you got to have a quick shifting transmission. 8-speed automatic, paddle shifters. In the sport mode, it does a pretty good job. I'm not going to say it does as great of a job as a BMW X5, similar vehicles like that. Those transmissions are just absolutely perfect. This is pretty good, but it's just not as quick to react as some of the German competitors. They've really got that one down. But this is really close. And the engine is a little more powerful than the 3.3-liter turbo in the G70 right now. So upwards in horsepower and torque, all good things. But of course, it doesn't feel as fast as that car because this is heavy. And that's what you're going to get. This is a mid-size SUV. But what's really good is that this is a rear-wheel drive chassis. So that means it's really balanced and nimble. It stays flat in corners. You can get rear-wheel drive on the base 4-cylinder engine, not on the V6 models. So if you want that, it's cheaper. That's the starting price. It's $48,900. It's nice that they offer that, but if you want an SUV, you're probably going to want all-wheel drive. And if you get that with the GV80, you also get an electronic locking rear differential that helps with this sticky stuff and the snowy stuff. I'm not going to explain how it works. You just press a button, it does it all for you. The ride and the suspension, they're both tuned on the softer side of things. Not so that it's like bouncing all over the place, but definitely a softer, calmer tune than what you'll find in the G70 or the G80 sedans. And that's done on purpose. This is just more of a sedate luxury vehicle. It's not trying to be a AMG or a BMW M, and that's totally fine, to be honest. I really like how it rides because these are 22-inch tires, and usually the penalty for that is very harsh impacts. Don't really get that in this car. They are a bit loud, though, on the highway, despite this being double-pane glass. That really does insulate the noise from the cabin, and there's active noise cancellation at all times that's getting piped through the speakers, so I really like that. But if you get these tires, just be aware that you'll probably hear them a little bit more on the highway than you would with a smaller size. What's fun is that if you put this into sport mode, which I'll do right now, the bolsters, these side bolsters, come in automatically. They will also start to come in automatically and change the lumbar support when it detects that you're driving a little quicker, even in the comfort mode. That's really fun, actually, and kind of useful. Not so much as crazy as Mercedes-Benz when they have the side bolsters inflate when I turn the wheel, like left and right. That can be a little too much, kind of alarming, especially to passengers, but nice little touch here. There's a lot of goodness in this chassis, and that means that Genesis could dial it to a sportier tune if they chose. So you can throw this car into a corner and feel really confident. There's a lot of grip. These are 265mm width tires all around, and everything really does give you that confidence. Not every vehicle does. This vehicle has a lot of polish, and it took Hyundai, Kia, Genesis a long time to get there, but they're here. There's cars that are more polished, like I'm really using the X5 as an example because it really is dynamically just superb in all respects. This is almost there. So this is really right up there with the best. Unfortunately, the fuel economy is right up there with the worst. I've been getting under 15 mpgs. I'm at like 14 right now. I have been dipping into the throttle a bit, I will admit, but man, this is not good. 18 city and 23 highway are the EPA estimates for the V6. The 4-cylinder gets 21 city and 25 highway. But I'll tell you, my friend has a G70 with a similar engine like this. It's the 3.3-liter turbo, and he gets terrible fuel economy too, and he doesn't drive as fast as me. So yeah, it just might be the way these engines are tuned. I know I said don't buy the 4-cylinder, but I guess if you want to save some gas, you should. But this is a luxury car, so just deal with it. Make someone else pay for it. When I first drove the GV80, I didn't like the brakes. I thought they were a little grabby and also a little, I don't know, too soft in initial travel of the pedal. But the more I drove it, I got used to it. And it's not like I think these are performance brakes by any means, but I think they serve the mission of this car. So I revoke all my earlier thoughts. I actually like these brakes. The head designer at Genesis, and now the entire Hyundai group, is Luc Donkervolk. He led design at Bentley and at Lamborghini. You know the Murcielago and the Continental GT? The GV80 is now on his list, and you can be thankful. The GV80 is what all new Genesis vehicles are going to look like from now on, and primarily I mean these headlights. They're bisected here, these two rectangular planes on top of each other. That's pretty unique, and inside Genesis calls them diamonds, and I'd have to agree because each of these are 4 individual LED lights stacked really brightly too. You can see this thing coming and going, but what's the coolest thing though are these turn signals. Really, they're just double bars here, here, and in the back. If you can't see this thing turning, I don't know, you shouldn't be driving. But it goes with everything on this car. It's just such a great form. It's got great presence. And that also goes for this grille. That's the most Bentley-like thing. It's got that crosshatch design. It's not made of real metal, but it might as well be. They've also put the radar sensor on the bottom of the bumper as opposed to in the grille, so that doesn't mar the design at all. 22-inch wheels, those are my favorite wheel size on an SUV, and they look gorgeous on this car. This is the Prestige trim. 19s are standard, but you really want to upsize with a vehicle like this. To be honest, I think this is much nicer looking than the real Bentley that Luc designed, the Bentayga. That one doesn't really look that good. That's why they had to refresh it a few years early. This looks good. Obviously, the GV80 is a value. It starts at $48,900 with a lot standard, but doesn't feel like a steal until it's loaded like my car. It's $72,375 and worth every dollar. That's how every Genesis is. When fully loaded, they're such a better buy than anything else in their class, and they don't shortchange your experience. You feel like the GV80 is a genuine luxury car, an original design that feels like nothing else, certainly nothing at all like a Hyundai. Versus a BMW X5, Audi Q7, Mercedes GLE, name anything at this price. The GV80 is the better buy, and that's before the 5-year warranty. This is one of my most favorite new cars I've driven in some time, and I've tested more than 600 in my career as an auto journalist. The GV80 is that good. If only more of you would give Genesis a chance. But what do you think? Tell us in the comments, and go to CarGurus.com to find your GV80. These cars are out there and they really deserve your attention. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.